of self now includes, your team. Can you share a story about how your leadership style has evolved?
Yeah, I'd say one thing as a tenant that helped me early on was I spent some time at a camp when I was as a younger teenager, and up through that time, I eventually became a counselor. And being the leader of 9 boys, you're trying to get to work together. A lot of it was a commanding leadership style, but it helped me to get an inkling that intrinsic behavior is more powerful than extrinsic, because when I wasn't there, they wouldn't do what I asked. So I didn't know how to be an intrinsic leader, right? Or how to be multidimensional if you think about governing a lot more aspects than just saying what I needed. But it was kind of like a sliver in the back of my mind that I kept teasing with. And as I progressed in my career and functioned as a boss, I've tried to forge partnerships with my subordinates, right, to help them understand my goals, to understand their goals. But at a certain time, it was almost like it was initially more like I was doing it just to get them to do what I wanted. But over time, right, I've learned that it's important to truly understand how they function, to understand what their goals are, right, in order to drive for better success overall for the whole team, because different people can accomplish different results in different ways. So, for example, while I was at Realtor, right, I had another realization, and that was while you could get your team aligned and deliver a good solution, if you don't have alignment with partnerships, and if you don't have alignment with other constituents in the company, that realistically, while you can deliver a great result and everyone you're talking to agrees with you, it doesn't mean the larger organization would in fact agree. And my lesson was it could actually be seen as a failure, even though we produced something great. So then I had to go, well, why would that be seen as a failure? And then the realization was because people don't see the world the way it is. They see the world the way they are. I mean, everyone filters their experiences to their own, and what they see through their own feelings, their own thoughts, and their own senses. And even as we're communicating, about 80% of the time we can understand each other, which means there's about 20% that we don't. So it's important to be really crisp on communication and to drive towards an understanding and to make sure people are aligned and understand that. And if you can't take on the dimensions of individual goals and company goals and department goals and constraints they have, be it funding or human resources, you could design a perfect solution which can't actually be delivered. And to help that, I think there's 2 key things I would recommend. One is be clear about your commitments. And I really like what's called OKRs, or objectives and key results, because they clearly map out what you're going to accomplish and how you measure it. But you also need to make time for personal connections, right? Because you can't do it all yourself. Everyone's heard it's who you know, not what you know. Personally, I think it's really a strong combination. But the point is, you need to make those personal connections and those partnerships so that you can actually accomplish the results. Again, back to the previous conversation, we don't do this independently, right? And to stress something that helps me throughout this, to keep making sure that I'm doing my due diligence, keep being curious, look at things from as many perspectives as you can, and have a sense of purpose so you keep working at it and working at it. Like anything you want to accomplish, working at it over and over a period of time, you learn more, you produce more, and you get better.